What's going on, guys? I'm sure we all know that there's a bunch of videos out there on the internet talking about how bad Call of Duty World War II is, why nobody's playing it anymore, why guys like WWII aren't making any videos on it. I'm sure most of us know that Call of Duty World War II is not the successful game that it was hyped up to be, but in this video I want to coherently list my thoughts as a Call of Duty expert, which I don't really know what that title means, but I would consider myself somebody who is an expert, if there could be one, at Call of Duty, just because of how much hours I've put into the game. Since November 3rd, when the game released, I've put about 6 to 10 hours almost every single day into the game, and I don't play it anymore, but I feel like I've played more than about 99% of the people on the planet. So if you're in the comment bitching about this video, just know that I've probably played more than you. I wouldn't say that gives me, in every sense, a better understanding of the game, but I think mostly it does, so just fucking deal with it. Okay, so first I want to talk about the maps. Yeah, by the way, this is the guy who trolled about creating a Gustav Cannon playlist. Even he knows how bad his maps are. The maps in any Call of Duty game are a big deal. They're about as big as a deal could get because they directly affect the gameplay and how much fun you have in every single game. Something that's been extremely important in every single Call of Duty and games like Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 2 and even Black Ops 3. Things that they've gotten really right on their maps is the flow. You can run around the map, you can kill people, you can for the most part not have people spawn behind you. If there's anybody behind you, they're probably camping, but people won't spawn behind you, right next to you, right in front of you. And you can have a good time running around and slaying noobs. That's something that really doesn't exist on Call of Duty World War II maps at all. It doesn't exist on London Docks. It does not exist on Pointe du Hoc. It doesn't exist on Sainte Marie. Certainly doesn't exist on, what's that one map? It's the big cannon. The Gustav. Yeah, it certainly doesn't exist on Gustav Cannon. Just doesn't exist. And not having a good flow to any of the maps has to do with two things. It has to do with the spawn system itself, right? Where the game chooses to spawn the players. And two, it has to do with how the maps are actually designed and laid out. The spawns are really bad in this game, and I'll talk about that as part of the maps, because, well, that's really what it is, right? It's part of the map design where the spawns are. Spawns are really bad, and the structure of the maps are they're just bad, dude. They're just really bad. I mean, look at Gustav Cannon, right? It's essentially a big field, right? Like a big rectangular field with a big gun, a big train placed in the middle, and just buildings, scattered around the outskirts of the map. I mean, that's really all it is. It is a pathetic excuse for a map. It is absolutely horrible. Obviously, that's the worst map in the game, and blah, 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 but it's really bad. And then if you look at maps like Aachen, pretty bad too. You have one long street, two horizontal streets, and then just, two across the side. So there's like 3 lanes, 2 building lanes, 1 street lane in the middle. Like, it's so basic. It's so basic. It's not even... Oh man, dude, just try to compare that to some of the good maps in other Call of Duties. Try to compare that to even some of the bad maps in other Call of Duties. I didn't really like Afghan, right, and Modern Warfare 2, but I mean, dude, that map played pretty good. The flow worked on the map, right? It wasn't a bad map. It's just, okay, so there's no flow. There's no spawns. The map designs are just bad, and the number. So the game launched with 9 maps. That's really bad. It actually doesn't get worse than that. Think about this. There was, 3 years for Sledgehammer to work on this game? What did we get? We got 9 maps. We got headquarters, but how messed up is headquarters actually? I mean, what do you do in headquarters? I don't do much in headquarters. Like, the firing range is cool. 1v1 arena is cool if you have autism, but the FPS is so bad in there. There's not much you can do in headquarters. So what did we get for waiting 3 years? Campaign was pretty good, but other than that, it's just I don't even enjoy zombies. All right. We're getting away from maps. Okay, but maps, not very many maps. The maps themselves are bad. They're not big at all. They're small and cluttered. We can't even have ground war in this game because there's no map big enough to support the playlist size. Think about that. Pubs in Call of Duty, that's ground war. Think about it, that's ground war. Can't even do it in World War II. Maps are horrible. Score streaks. Okay, we're gonna transition into kill streaks. So this is a very small one, but kill streaks are horrible. I think we all know that the kill streaks are horrible. I was watching an 8 Dots video, and like, how many kills was it to get paratroopers? Close to 20. And paratroopers are horrible. You maybe get 2 or 3 kills. Just all the kill streaks are horrible. I mean, the turret ball gunner is cool, but how do you actually get one? How do you stay alive that long enough to actually get one? Playing objective at domination doesn't help because you don't get any points. How do you actually get that kill streak? You know, V2 rocket, I don't even know what the V2 rocket is, but how do you get those kinds of streaks? The kill streaks are not rewarding at all. I think a big part of Call of Duty and what makes Call of Duty playable is the reward tier, right? So for winning matches and continuing to grind out matches, you get rewarded by getting XP and by ranking up and by unlocking, you know, camos and shit, right? But the reward in game for getting kills themselves, right? You have a tier. You have kills, then games, right? The reward for getting kills, score streaks. The reward for winning games, XP, ranks, camos, whatever the fuck, crates. But when you don't have a rewarding tier that has to do with kills, right? i.e. score streaks, it's not the same, right? What do I get for going in domination and playing in a real game? What do I get? Paratroopers? And that's maybe 1 out of every 20 games, because with how bad the spawns are, with how bad the map flow is, it's almost impossible to get fucking paratroopers. And then when you get paratroopers, I mean, dude, they get 3 kills. Score streaks are just bad in this game, and it makes playing matchmaking not rewarding. Click, click, bang, bitch. All right, let's transition into weapons, the guns in Call of Duty World War II, and this is something that's bad, right? The guns are bad. The subs are good, right? I like the subs, love the PPSH, so I'm not going to talk about the subs. I'm going to talk about the ARs. So the 3 ARs that you have, are one M1 Garand fucking retarded, SVT-40 fucking retarded. Like, dude, AR's 2 bulleting, dead, dead. It is ridiculous. Okay, but let's, moving forward, okay, FG-42, best fucking thing since sliced bread at long range and medium range. It just can't be touched. But up close, it is unusable. I would much which makes it a broken gun, right? I'd much rather have a well-rounded gun that's pretty, like, it's decent up close, good at medium range, really good at long range, right? So, something like that, right? Kind of like the bar, but the bar is too fucking strong, right? The bar is good at long range, really good at medium range, really good up close. I mean, seriously, if I cannot count the times that I've been at 3 bullets and shoots fast. I cannot count the amount of times that I've gotten shitted on up close by a bar when I've had a PPSH, and I hit all my shots, and I had first shot. An AR should not be better than a sub up close. And then the STG is kind of in the same boat. I don't think it's as OP as the bar up close, but dude, it matches it. It matches an SMG. It's really good up close. It's good at medium range, and it's okay at long range. You have 2 out of 3 of the best ARs in the game that can beat a sub up close. And then you have 1 AR that just, like, the FG makes, the FG along with sniping's retarded even after the patch, we all know it. It makes S&D not fun, right? Because you can't even peek anything. You're dead like that. Okay, and then with sniping, you don't get punished for running a sniper because you can run the machine pistol. It's basically a sub. You can run around, you can do everything with it that you can do with a sub. Yeah, they nerfed it, so it's definitely not as good as it used to be, but it's still good, right? You don't get punished for running a machine pistol. And even if they banned the machine pistol or made it so it's not very good, you still have the P08, which 2 bullets. And have you guys seen that basic training where you can run 2 secondaries? Yeah, like people running around with 2 P08s, 2 Lugers, literally one-shotting you. It's ridiculous. Why do pistols 2 bullet in this game? It doesn't make sense. So that is what I have to say about guns. The weapon balancing is horrible, and because a new Call of Duty comes out every year, we're going to have this issue every year. I'm not good at making long videos, so this is where this gets incoherent. So to sum everything up, I want to talk about, well, the things that don't fit in other categories. And the two things that come off the top of my head are, one, footsteps, just because I don't really know where to throw this one, but footsteps are bad. What's funny is, so footsteps without inconspicuous or mountain have always been bad, right? And the Michael Condrey just released a patch to make footsteps more quiet, right? And in his Reddit post where he talked about the patch, he said, quote unquote, "To be honest, I hope we didn't nerf them too much." So, you know, right when he released it, before, you know, I checked him out for myself, I was like, let's fucking go, dude. That means they nerfed him a lot, right? Because he's wondering if they nerfed the footsteps too much, right? Which means they got nerfed pretty good, right? Got on Call of Duty, they were barely touched without inconspicuous or mountain. I was still clopping around the map. Absolutely ridiculous. And then even with inconspicuous, you're running a basic training that's supposed to make you quiet, but you're still stomping around the map. It is ridiculous. It makes S&D not fun, and it makes smaller game type respawns, aka like 1v1 hard points, 2v2 hard points, makes them just, like, it makes inconspicuous or mountain a necessary. And I don't believe that any basic training or, you know, class should be required. And then last but not least, I'm going to talk about bugs. There are a lot of bugs, and I think the most infamous one that comes to my head is the bug where people aren't even looking at you and they're shooting you. You can be like running up to a guy and he's looking sideways, like not looking at you. He's like turned 180 degrees and he just shoots you. Bullets just come out of his fucking shoulder and kill you. I played a game battles match about a month ago, and I played against a guy who, that was literally 10 out of 10 kills. He shot me literally through his back and through his side every single time, and I was freaking out, and they haven't fixed it. There are so many bugs in this game. I mean, guys, you had 3 months to make the game, and it's still buggy as hell. I mean, I'm not a game developer, so I don't know how difficult it is, but so let's just say David Vonderhaar knows about how difficult it is, and he kills it, knocks it out of the park. So anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to leave links to the sound stuff, the background music and shit in the description. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do like Call of Duty, right? And I will always like Call of Duty. But I just think it's stupid for us to make videos talking about how decent of a game it is and kind of to ignore everything that's wrong with the game. I mean, in reality, if we want this game to get fixed, and if we want, you know, Michael Condrey to progress his game, he's going to have to know about all the bad things that's, he's going to have to know about the bad stuff that's in the game. So once again, if you guys did like the video, then cool.